Let me ask you, have you been to a North Pole or South Pole? If you have ever been near the North Pole or South Pole, you may have often seen the spectacular and colorful light show in the sky caused by the sun. These lights are called auroras. These magnificent auroras happen when particles from the sun interact with the gases of our Earth's atmosphere. This creates beautiful displays of light in the sky. The things that can cause these auroras or display of natural colored green, red, yellow or white light in the sky start with the sun. The solar flares are essentially involved to cause this. Solar flames occupy much of the forecaster's attention. Hello and welcome to It's Tomorrow News, and this is Hena Talati, and I am here to tell you about what solar flares are and what are its impacts on our planet. Recently, National Aeronautics and Space Administration, well known as NASA, has forecasted that a high-speed solar storm is approaching the Earth at the speed of 1.6 million kilometers per hour. It is expected to hit our planet's magnetic field, affecting electricity supply and communication infrastructure. The various forms of solar activity is in the form of solar flares, coronal mass ejections, high-speed solar winds, and solar energetic particles. We are aware that all solar activity is driven by the solar magnetic field. Solar flares are our solar system's largest explosive events. Regions which are highly active on the surface of the sun frequently produce solar flares, which are caused by the sudden localized increase in the sun's brightness. A solar flare is usually observed near the sun's surface and the close proximity of the sunspot group. The impact of solar flares is seen only when they occur on the side of the sun facing Earth. Solar flares send enormous amount of energy and charged particles dashing and colliding into the Earth's upper atmosphere, where they can cause geomagnetic storms. The solar flare flowing from the equatorial hole in the sun's atmosphere can travel at the maximum speed of 500 kilometers per second and can convert into a full-fledged geomagnetic storms. These lesser geomagnetic unrest can spark high-latitude auroras or light shows. The highly charged particles during geomagnetic storms cause disturbances in the Earth's magnetic field. We have with us our expert on solar, Mr. Pushparaj Mishra, who will explain us about the solar storm and its impact on the Earth. He will also brief us about the past solar storms that had hit Earth and what a havoc it had created.
What is solar storm? It is a powerful storm born from the surface of the sun, which can have a huge impact on the Earth. This solar storm originated in the sun's atmosphere, due to which a region of space dominated by the magnetic field can be greatly affected. Now, what will be the effect of solar storm on the Earth? Now, due to the solar storms, the outer atmosphere of the Earth can be heated, which can have a direct effect on satellite. This can cause interference, interference with GPS navigation, mobile phone signal, and satellite TV. The current in power lines can be high, which can also blow transformers. However, this is rarely the case because the Earth magnetic field acts as a protective shield against it. Now, solar storm has also come in 1989. The 1989 solar storms caused a 12 hours power outage in Quebec City, Canada, and millions of people suffered similarly. In the year 1859, the most powerful geomagnetic storms which destroyed the telegraph network in Europe and America. During this, some operators said that they had suffered an electric shock, while some others told they are using their equipment without a battery.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mishra. And now let's go ahead. If we want to understand sun flare in simple language, then solar flare is an intense burst of radiation coming from the release of magnetic energy associated with the sunspot. They can be seen as bright areas of the sun lasting from few minutes to even hours. Solar flares affect all layers of the solar atmosphere. Flares occur in active regions around sunspots where intense magnetic fields penetrate the photosphere to link the corona to the solar interior. Solar flares were first observed in 1859 as a localized visible brightening of small areas within the sunspot group. The solar flares can powerfully influence the local space weather in the vicinity of the Earth. They can produce streams of highly energetic particles in the solar wind or stellar wind known as the solar particle event. Scientists classify solar flares according to their brightness in the X-ray wavelengths. The X-class flares are big and they are major events that can trigger radio blackouts around the whole world and long-lasting radiation storms in the upper atmosphere. Thankfully, most solar storms are directed away from the Earth. However, when a storm points towards the Earth, the forecasters begin to calculate what sort of space weather it may generate on Earth and the turbulence it can create on the Earth. The explosive heat of a solar flare cannot reach all the way to the Earth, but its electromagnetic radiation and energetic particles certainly can. That's all for now. For more new updates, stay tuned with us. It's Tomorrow News. Please subscribe our channel and click the bell button to get the new videos updates.